Hi, I'm Paul Psolka, Ivy Masters Learning Center and ivymasters.com. And today we're going to look at Test 4, Section 3, number 14, which reads, in the expression above is written in the form a plus bi, where a and b are real numbers. What is the value of a? So you might remember for imaginary numbers in the denominator, you got to get rid of imaginary numbers in the denominator. How would you do it for a question like this? You got to multiply the top and bottom by what is called the conjugate. You may or may not remember this. You may or may not have done this. But in order to get rid of the imaginary number in the denominator, why do we do that? Because mathematicians say so. So we got to multiply the top and bottom. It's the same as the bottom, but it's opposite in the middle. So 3 minus 2i is in the middle. You got to multiply the bottom by 3 plus 2i to get rid of the imaginary number. You'll see this, it'll work like magic. And then if you do one to the bottom, you got to do the same to the top. You can multiply 3 plus 2i over 3 plus 2i because anytime you have something over the same thing, it reduces to 1. Multiplying by 1 does not change the value, but it will give it in a form that will be acceptable to those mathematicians and to the SAT people. So foiling the bottom, and I'm going to write this out, although if you're well versed at this, you don't have to write the whole thing out. So it's 9 plus 6i is your outsides, your insides minus 6i, your last terms minus 4i squared. Why do I say you don't have to write the whole thing out? Because anytime you have difference of squares here, the middles cancel, and you could just multiply the first terms and the last terms and have your answer there. Multiplying up top, you wind up with 24, outsides will give you plus 16i, insides will give you minus 3i, and your last terms will give you minus 2i squared. Keep in mind I squared is negative 1. That's what we're going to do in our next step. I'm going to rewrite the top of this over here, 24, and if you do your 16i minus 3i, you get 13i, and then that's minus 2, and then I squared, like we said, is negative 1. And the bottom, you get your 9, and it's minus 4, and again, I squared is negative 1. What do we get up top? We get 24 plus 13i, and negative 2 times negative 1 is a positive 2, so it winds up being plus 2 over 9. Negative 4 times negative 1 is a positive 4, so it winds up being 9 plus 4. From here, what I could do is I could combine these like terms. I wind up with 26 plus 13i up top, and that's going to be over 13. Now, sometimes students actually get stuck here. So what you want to keep in mind is that this is the same as 26 over 13 plus 13i over 13. Usually you go from this form to that form. But in order to reduce, you see that 26 over 13 will give you a 2. 13 over 13 will cancel. And you just get plus I. We'll put plus 1i just in case it's asking for what's attached to the I. So look, I have 2 plus 1i. It's asking for the form a plus bi. Now we can see what corresponds. A is 2, b is 1. It's asking for a. We said a is 2. Mark your answer, 2. And you are correct. One thing that you might notice here is kind of a decoy answer. Students who don't know how to do this, what are they likely to do? They're likely to be like, what the heck is that? Get rid of that, 8 over 3, and choose B. Well, that's kind of your decoy answer. So if you know nothing else to do, then hopefully you could recognize that as an answer that's just meant to trick you, eliminate it, and then you're guessing among 3 answer choices instead of 4. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You could share it with someone who has trouble with imaginary numbers or rationalizing the denominator. If there's any question you'd like to see shot from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, you could leave that in the comments as well. And click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Have a great day.